And it says the alleged UFO crash retrieval control group Zodiac mentioned in Epstein files. Now I've taken a picture of this, saved it, and I've asked Grok, is this officially, is this official? And it says yes, the email appears to be real and is part of the publicly released Epstein files. After it refer to the Epstein files, a document from related court cases. So I'll just read out the thing. All right. So this is the file. Okay, this is official apparently. Epstein, 2010. Murray doesn't play well in groups. Just got a note from Bob Perry, who asked me if I thought Murray Gell-Mann would make a good candidate for the Zodiac. As you know, it's one of the last secret type societies. The Zodiac is one of the really cool ones. There are 12 members at any one time, and it's still very secret. They do really cool stuff, but mostly, since they are very old, it's dinners and exotic locations. I can't tell you all the 12 members because I don't know who they are. But I know Paul Volcker is one. Some guy named Howdy, whose family owns Stuyvesant Town. Bob Perry and I think Tom Brackor. Bob represents Cancer, the sign, not the month. You are a member until your death, but if you get senile, they can put you into eccentric orbit and not invite you to meetings, etc. Anyway, the only way to get in is if someone dies. There are absolutely no minorities or women allowed. Anyway, let me know what you think. Finally leaving West Africa tonight, finally. Let me know what you get when you get your postcard. You will hopefully laugh a lot. Miss you. I then went over to the video that Louis Marco put up. I asked Grok what this actually means and what it is, as if it's connected to the actual MJ12 files. And the answer was no. It actually, it's no, but it doesn't stop it getting strange, all right? It says, no, the Zodiac discussed in the Epstein email is not related to MJ12, Majestic 12, otherwise known as Majestic 12. The email refers to a Zodiac club, a real long-standing private dining society in New York City, dating back over 150 years. It's ultra exclusive. So basically, it was like a gentleman's club called Zodiac, and only 12 people could go in there, right? Now, whether you believe that, or whether you believe it's to do with the actual Majestic 12. So let's look at this video that I saw that then brought me on to something else, because it's so bloody weird.
Epstein, the vile criminal pervert, showcasing his STDs. He had all of them. But something caught my eye. Take a look at the top left of this video. You see something quite peculiar. So I did verify it extensively and it seems to be true. Look at that. There was some sort of a figure right there looking like a freaking alien that was up the door looking at it. Does not look human, does it? Look very wild, right? Is it one of those grays? All right. Is it a demon of some sort? Reminds me of so many stories, right? But it's true. I mean, take a look at the original videos. It's available. It's public domain. And tell me what you think, guys. What is that? What's that figure? It's absolutely not humane. Does not look human, does it? It's alien at best. Demonic for certain.
Is it? But it doesn't stop there, right? So it could be a woman with a bobbed hair, right? I mean, why would a bloody grey alien be flapping about his house? Well, but then I saw this. It's just so damn weird. So we saw that first letter. Now look at this letter.
Jeffrey Epstein wrote a 2018 email to theoretical physicist Lawrence Krauss asking him to debunk out-of-body experiences, alien abductions, and ghost stories. The email reads, from Jeffrey Epstein to Lawrence Krauss. Look at these dudes. You can tell they got up to some devious shit over the years. Lawrence, can you pen an article on how to debunk claims, alien abductions, for example? Many people share similar stories, ghost, out-of-body experiences. I like to include some of the criticisms that have been brought, i.e. 10 years of similar stories, etc. Just give it to me. It will not have your name attached to it. What do you think about that? That's kind of weird, right? Laundering, like, write this for me. Your name won't be attached to it. Don't worry. He's clearly into all this weird esoteric stuff, but let's publicly debunk it.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty weird, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's clearly obfuscating or whatever, like covering for it. I mean, and they do look like they got up to some crazy stuff.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. All right, let's continue along.
Can I find the original here? Let me try and find the original. Epstein file on debunking paranormal. Anyone else think it's weird that there's not a single mention of aliens and UFOs in Epstein? So you're telling me that 13 million emails, nearly 200k images, discussions between government officials, world leaders, public figures, scientists, physicists, researchers, discussing all manners of strange, fringe, twisted things, yet not a single instance related to UFOs, UAPs, extraterrestrials. Seems pretty unlikely, especially considering the standing and breadth of the characters involved. Abduction, alien abduction. Oh, is this it here? Thanks again, Joe. Really good points here. What? What is this? Thanks again, Jeffrey. There are many good points here, and we will adopt many of them. RE BuzzFeed, there will be another article if they can. Whatever I do, I am sure they are chomping at the something to write an article saying, since our original article, many new people have come forward with allegations, and whatever I write will not affect you. You are right. It cannot be poor me. Try and reduce that. Also, the incorporate more strongly that none of this. You have to read this yourself. It's just got all these little lines and stuff. Lumping them with alien abduction people would look like something was attacking and demeaning them. What the hell is going on? School of Earth and Space Exploration and Physics Department. I'm rapidly going down a wormhole here, a rabbit hole. And then this is matey Ashton Forbes. He's put up on his just Ashton. That's his name. Just XASHTON. Look at this.
This Epstein thing is really interesting because Epstein is connected to the scientists. Eric Weinstein gets asked about it, and here we go.
Epstein conducted a conference called Confronting Gravity. I don't know who Jeffrey Epstein was, but I would certainly bet money that he was a product of at least one elements of the intelligence community.
The CIA, the FBI.
Those are ours, right? Department of Homeland Security has some of this stuff. Geospatial intelligence has some of this. You know, it's a large network. I'm talking about people like David Grush. I'm talking about people potentially like David Fravor. I'm talking about people like Jake Barber.
What? What? What do you mean? Why are you naming all the UFO people right now?
I'm talking about scientists like Leo Szilard. Imagine if Leo Szilard didn't know that the Manhattan Project was going on, or Jack Raper, a journalist who broke a story. These people all think that they're doing their jobs. I desperately want to know why Jeffrey Epstein knew so much about my work, and I want to know why he was connected to my graduate program.
He's saying they're controlled narrative. They might not even know it, but they're being controlled. They're being used to disseminate information that is beneficial to the three-letter agencies. They're trying to blame UFOs on aliens because they have exotic technology that they're using covertly that they don't want the world to know about.
This is a complete shit show, man. It's a complete shit show. It really is. What the hell? What is going on? What is going on?
Jeffrey Epstein, who was deeply interested in all these same technologies, this is a whole other side of him that no one talks about, is his interest in technologists and geneticists and all those things, right?
Yeah, well, he had a lot of influence over scientists. That's a creepy move to like take scientists and
throw
bring
parties for them, throw conventions for them. And a couple of them, a couple of them had some serious accusations, like Marvin Minsky, for example. But I bet a lot of them were not compromised. Like Stephen Hawking, everyone freaked out when Stephen Hawking was on the list. But it makes perfect sense as you realize that he was throwing conventions on that island for scientists specifically to bring them all together, because that way you get connections, you can get favors, even if you're not blackmailing them. Then they just want to be on your good side because you have all these connections and you can fund all their projects, and you become this integral part of this technological sort of space.
Blackmail's not the only tool. That's a blunt instrument. There's a lot of just connection.
Do you see what I'm saying? This is so peculiar. This is like I'm shocked. I just thought he was this weirdo with an island and just brought, I don't want to say on YouTube, over there and did horrible things with loads of, like, you know the story, the mainstream story. This is crazy. This is crazy. Epstein claims the universe is a simulation.
We had philosophy. Some of the philosophers can't do math, and some of the mathematicians. And again, mathematicians often break into two categories. People that solve problems. Those are more like geometers in the old days, just problem solvers. And then there's thinkers, theoreticians. They're more like the old movement towards philosophy. But neither one of those two groups have been able to figure out why something is alive as opposed to something that's not alive. No one's been able to describe what the soul is, but we all know it exists. And I think what we need is a new, science is a bad word. I think science only describes the things we already know about the physical world. In fact, there's an argument that the physical world that we see has been created out of our systems of mathematics. Mathematics, everyone knows mathematics describes the physical world much greater than it should, unless my view, the physical world really comes out of conscious beings that have mathematics. So they create it. This table appears to you and I to be
every time
solid. To a bat, because we have light that's bouncing off the table into our eyes, it appears solid. If instead of eyes that responded to wavelengths of visual light, our eyes responded to radio waves, the radio frequencies, it's not different, it's the same type of frequency as light, but different.
I mean, yeah, there is a theory out there that the world's a simulation. It's something that I don't necessarily believe in. However, you can understand why, if you put that idea into somebody who's crazy and sick, then that's what you get. I think some of it is like coincidence. Some of it might be just the same name with this and that. You know, the video of the alien-looking thing, that could have been somebody with a hair bob or something, but it could have been the grey alien. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. What do you reckon? It's a weird one. It's a completely weird one. My conclusion with all of this, it just seems like we live in a world now where we are trying to sieve for real information, but there's constant cover-up after cover-up, misinformation after misinformation after cover-up to misinformation to cover-up to cover-up to misinformation. It's just a complete clusterfuck, you know? But I did think it was quite interesting. Imagine, like, somebody like that who's got all these scientists and talk about anti-gravity and simulations and aliens and trying to find out a way to debunk alien abductions and the letters. Whatever. Okay. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Bye-bye.